Today we are in the 12th paragraph of Torah Chet of the second section, and we learned this idea about the lungs. But just like man has the lungs, they cool our bodies, allow the oils of the body to go up to the brain to make us think better, so too the earth has lungs, and it's called the atmosphere. The atmosphere keeps the earth cool, relatively speaking, to protect the entire planet from burning out, so to speak. Now, this idea is not so far. All we have to do is look at the weather patterns in the world and global warming and climate change and all these factors. We see that the parallels are striking between the way our bodies work and the way the earth works. Rebbe Nachman takes it another step further, and he says that our breath goes up and down, like a verse from the Tukuni Zohar, Hevel Nachit, Hevel Salik. The breath goes up and the breath goes down. Of course, the Zohar is not coming to teach us things about the physical world necessarily. It wants to teach us spiritual things. And the spiritual matters that are in the Zohar deal with the holy and the unholy. That's the basic paradigm. And so when the breath goes up or the breath goes down, it's talking about the holiness going up or the holiness going down, depending on our deeds. So the Rebbe brings this verse, Hevel Ta'toim Hem Amasehim, right? That the deeds of people who make mistakes, they release a vapor into the world. Now, mistakes is a nice word for sin. I don't like the word sin too much. I don't think anybody does. But regardless of what language we choose, the concept is still the concept that we are human beings emitting vapor into the world. Now, in Kedusha, we're not talking about physical vapor, but still, the metaphor is more than a metaphor because our physical selves carry the spiritual energy of our deeds. Okay? And so when we do holy things, and we put our power into Torah and Tefillah and good deeds, guess what? We release a holy vapor. And so this is the vapor that's going up and down. And the amazing thing is that the Rebbe says this is how the true converts are made. The converts aren't made like the missionaries out there on the streets of Jerusalem, which you might have seen on YouTube where I argued with one of them and got 90,000 hits. Isn't that wonderful? I don't know if it helped anybody, but this guy was out there preaching to these old Jews about JC. And I'm like, you don't know who these people are. You don't know where they come from. They had parents died in the Holocaust. You're going to tell them about JC? People forget that Nazi Germany was a Christian country. Anyways, that's not the point. The point is that our deeds release good vapor or not. And when the good vapors build up, it increases the holiness in the world and converts are made. People get the idea that there's something to this Torah, there's something to this Jewish people. Now, of course, we also made the point that there are converts that actually become Jewish, and there are converts that simply convert to a pure type of monotheism where they believe in the one God and they believe in the narrative of the Jewish people as the conduit for the divine presence in the world. Now, of course, Eliyahu Navi teaches that every single human being can have divine inspiration, and it all depends on their deeds. And it doesn't depend on their race or their creed or their color or their education. It depends on what they do. Because if we do enough good deeds, we release enough holy vapor, guess what? The divine presence wants to rest on you. So this is some of the ideas we've been dealing with in our daily Shira on Patreon from here in Nar Shalom or from my office, and I welcome all of you to check it out. And we're going to be adding new things all the time, and I hope that you get a chance to see some of our other work on YouTube and on Patreon. There's poetry, there's essays, and there's going to be a lot more. So have a great day, and we'll be in touch.